Trekkie girl. She loves outer space, has a black and white face. So girl, my Trekkie girl. I'm the Leonard Nimoy, she's a real McCoy. She got a spark haircut with curls.
Hi, welcome to Trekkie Girls.
Hi.
It's our first Trekkie Girls since Star Trek Discovery has launched.
Oh my god.
How good is that? And we've had so many people ask us what we thought of Discovery, what our reaction was. We weren't sure whether we were going to do a reaction video because everyone's talking about it. But either way, we had to get together and talk about it anyway. So let's just record it. What did you think?
Awesome.
Loved it.
Absolutely awesome. Really good. Really good.
I'm so excited to have new Trek in my life.
Yeah.
I know, right? I know. We're going to call it the dark phase. In fact, I was speaking about this the other day. It's for us children of the 80s. Star Trek was a constant in our life, and the last 12 years have been a dark place. And to have live TV and live episodes, it's more than you could ask for, isn't it? I never thought when Enterprise ended, I remember crying, thinking that's it. But
oh, Sammy.
It's all good now.
It's all good now.
It's all good.
We've got new Trek. It's all good. It's all good.
And there's so many aspects to talk about. We just did a pre-meeting thing. Oh, there's so much to talk about, isn't there? So thought, should we do like a rapid fire thing, what we thought about some various aspects, and then we can get down to the nitty gritty. Okay. So in a nutshell, the music and title.
I really like it. We like it. The music sounds really similar to something. It sounds really familiar to me, and I don't know why. But you made a really good point, and I agree.
So I think the intro credits look like something out of Bond. So you've got the ship flying across like you would a bullet in the Bond, and then you got
you almost expect to see a naked lady in the background.
Orion.
Uhura doing a fan dance.
And you do see the face at one point, so it is really Bond-esque.
Yes.
I do really like it. So it sounds familiar. It's very different. Very different. What about you, Sam?
I like it. I do like it. I like it each time I listen to it. And do you remember I saved it? I didn't listen to it before.
Same here.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I wanted it to have it in the context of the episode, and I'm glad I did that. I really liked it. I like it more every time I listen to it, but I don't know, I was kind of waiting for it to take off. I never quite got that.
Scuffle, isn't it?
Yeah,
there's no crescendo.
No, but I love the tribute at the end when it says created by Gene Roddenberry, and you got the old tune there.
The little bit at the end. Yeah,
that's spot on. Given how many executive producers needed to be credited, I'm surprised it wasn't a lot longer. Right, carrying on with in a nutshell, the lateral transporter.
I have no strong feelings about them.
It's different.
Yeah,
it's different. Yeah.
I like all the scenes that happen in that room.
Yes.
Yeah. I think the internet kind of blew up about that, and it blew up a long time before Discovery came on about these transporters. I don't care. I quite like that they do something a little bit different. I like that they say it's a temporary thing. Starfleet dabbled with this weird transporter, and
Didn't pan out.
Okay, use of the Klingon language and having English and subtitles.
Very good.
Yeah, I love that.
Very good.
You made a good point, Sam, that I'm really looking forward to a point where there's not a Klingon word in the dictionary and they have to make up a new word, like jolly.
Yeah.
There'll
never be a Klingon word.
Jolly?
Well, they might do that.
When have you ever seen a jolly Klingon?
There's Carol's referencing the point. I tweeted the lady Robin, who is the Klingon language consultant on Discovery, and I was curious watching it. I thought, what happens? The Klingon language is very vast. It's very well developed, but still there must be the point where there's new words that have never been heard before. And she said that they'd put words in conjunctions, words that match are similar, or put two words together like they did with torchbearer. So it's basically like German.
Nice.
What's selfie in Klingon?
Oh, I need to know that soon.
Yes.
Tweet at Canadian Aviatrix.
She'll tell us.
I thought we'd do some fun Easter egg games. There's lots of Easter eggs, aren't there? And we thought lots of people were saying, "Oh, there's this Easter egg, there's this Easter egg." So I thought what would be fun is if instead we do Easter egg, it's fake or it's real.
Is it fake news?
Fake news, yes. So I'm going to give you an example of an Easter egg and I want you to tell us whether it's real or fake. Let's do this first one. One of the Federation ships is called the Shran, named after the Andorian in Enterprise. Is that real or is it fake?
Ooh.
I'm going to go real.
I
Sarah?
have no idea, so I'll say fake.
It's real. It's real.
Damn it.
That is how talented Jeffrey Combs is that he's now playing in a whole starship.
He looks good. He looks good at makeup. It's true.
Italy, yeah. Suits him.
So what about Captain Georgiou and Michael Burnham?
I love their relationship. The sort of mother-daughter relationship going on there. I really like that.
Yeah. That's my dog in the background, sorry. I really like the captain. I really like her. I didn't like the fact that she died at the end.
I was going to say, you should say liked.
I really liked her. I find the other one a little bit harder to warm to. I had by the end.
Michael Burnham.
Yeah, it just took me a little while to warm to her, but I've warmed now. Absolutely.
I thought Captain Georgiou had a real Picard-like quality to her, the way she conducted herself, the way she commanded her ship, very Picard-like. I love that Michael Burnham is referred to as number one. Brilliant tribute to Major Roddenberry and Jonathan Frakes. Their relationship really reminds me of a mentor and mentoree. Like the way women conduct themselves in business and industry. She kind of reminds me of. Do you remember I used to work for Liz, parliamentary candidate?
Yeah.
Yes.
And she's very much like Captain Georgiou and giving me a lot of reins, giving me a lot of advice and leading by example. And yeah, it was great to see that on the screen. It's not something we see a lot of.
Brilliant casting, I thought.
Oh yes,
Brilliant
definitely.
casting.
Yeah.
For
Very good
Georgiou. Yeah.
Yeah, but how sad was it when we saw guest starring only? Like
I know.
Yeah. Gave it away a little bit.
Yeah.
I know, that was like, oh man. Actually, Neil, my husband, was saying, it's like Hot Tub Time Machine 2, where you're waiting for the guy's arm to get rid of.
I did spend the whole series going, and this is where she dies. Oh wait, no, this
So
is where
this is where she dies.
This is it.
So true.
Yeah, and then it was like, oh.
Yeah.
But did she die?
Ooh. I
There's
hope
a lot of
not. I hope not. I would love to see her back.
Yes.
I would love to see her back. I
Good.
just thought she was just the character was just Star Trek through and through.
Yes, definitely.
Through and through.
But it does go to show you that this series will take a character, make you fall in love with them, and then,
Yeah.
I cannot believe they shot him out into space. He
Oh,
was
Connor.
He was like really good looking. Where's the eye candy gone?
Oh, you don't like Saru?
You know what that is? What did you say, Carol?
I said, you don't like Saru?
Not in the same way. Not in the same way.
Okay.
But no, I actually really like the character of Saru.
Yeah.
Really like the character.
Yeah. Will she be back? I mean, there's always alternate realities. Did she actually even die? Picard survived an injury worse than that. Who knows?
Yeah.
What about another Easter egg?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Another Easter egg. Okay. The bottle of wine in Captain Georgiou's ready room is a bottle of Chateau Picard.
True.
I was going to say
Real news.
real.
Real.
Real news, it's real. Yes, it is. Yes. In fact, writer Bowie tweeted this picture of her writing partner Erica. But I mean, look at that sweater. Look at that wool sweater.
I want that sweater.
Cool. Where'd she get that from? I wonder. That is cool. What about Sarek and Burnham's relationship? What do you make of that?
I thought the character of Sarek was brilliantly portrayed. Really, really well done. That was a bit of a, you've got to do that right.
Yeah.
If you're going to do anything right, you've got to do that right. And I thought it worked really well. I thought it was a really lovely portrayal. I liked it a lot.
I really liked it. I love that there was so much emotion in the relationship, which there shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. It's Vulcans, and it's not supposed to be emotional.
But there was emotion there. It was clearly an emotional attachment, and I really liked that. And even on his behalf, But yeah, and
yeah, I missed the fact that she was actually human, not half Vulcan. As always, it's like straight over the tits.
Aww.
Yeah, I think actually what Carol was saying about Georgiou and Burnham being like a maternal daughter relationship, I felt it was clearly obvious that Sarek and Burnham are a sort of a father relationship there. But where was I going with that? I have notes.
I was going to say, I would be interested to see how Spock fits into that dynamic.
Definitely, and Cybok.
Oh yeah, and you always forget Cybok.
So technically, who would be older, Burnham or Spock, or don't we know?
Spock, I imagine.
Spock could be older.
Yeah.
Spock would have been born.
It must be sort of a similar age, but yeah, Spock, I imagine. Okay, here's a. Let's do some more. Let's do some more rapid fires.
Okay.
Using the telescope to see the unknown object.
Loved that scene.
So amazing.
Loved it.
Yeah. Every time you go, just look out a freaking window.
I know, right?
There's a
Simplest
lot of humour in the
solution.
series, I think. There's a lot of humour. I love the relationship between Burnham and Saru. I love that. Like, he's kind of almost a bit like meek, like, no, I don't want to do that. I'll happily admit I don't want to do that. And she's like, I'll do it. It's like, I love that relationship right from the beginning. Really liked it. Although he does remind me of Crichton from Red Dwarf. There's a lot of that going on. I'm like, oh. Yeah.
Actually, Saru was my next quick fire question, actually, but
sorry.
it's probably nothing quick about it. You read my Betazoid mind. You look a bit Betazoid, actually, Sarah. Did you tell me that? Yes. Actually, I tweeted today. I don't know if you saw it. About how Saru and Burnham remind me of me and my brother.
Yeah, so sure.
I was like saying to John, do the thing, and he's like, no, I don't want to do the thing. I'm like, do the thing. I won't do the thing. Then I'm like, do the thing, and eventually he's like, fine, I'll do the thing.
And you made a very interesting point about, because obviously you did. That obviously the way it ended, you're like, oh, okay, in prison for life. Now we know clearly that doesn't happen because there is the USS Discovery that hopefully we'll see. But you said like maybe he's the one that pulls her out, maybe he gets her out of jail. Like, how is it going to happen? So there's clearly, he's a recurring cast member.
Yes.
We haven't met a lot of the cast yet, have
No.
we? So obviously they're the crew of the Discovery. So, but he's part of that. So obviously their love-hate relationship becomes something more. Like, will he become her number one?
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting actually because we've been we've been primed to a lot of these actors and cast, haven't we? And crew members like Takuvma and Connor and Captain Georgiou, and they've all just been wiped out in 2 episodes,
Yeah.
which we're not very used to. So we don't really know. There's still some characters we don't know which ship they belong to ultimately.
Right.
So, the Discovery is going to be there, but, doesn't necessarily mean Saru is going to be on the Discovery. He could be on a whole different ship. I don't know. There might be news out there, but I haven't heard it.
We still don't know anything about Vok. We don't even know the actor that Vok.
Yeah, we know the actor now.
Oh, we do know the actor. I was going to say, was he
Actor was
credited?
Yeah, I googled him. There's like a mass murderer with the same name. Don't Google it.
Right. But they kept that one completely under wraps. Nobody knew anything. Ooh, interesting.
What the fuck is he?
Yeah.
I'm assuming he's albino. Is that? Am I?
Yes.
Am I?
But this is what I love, because Sarah doesn't know about the albino, does she?
No.
We walked right into our theory. Carol and I were messaging the other day before you'd watched it. We didn't even message Sarah about it. No, because you hadn't seen it.
Okay.
So Carol and I were messaging, and we have a theory that it might be the albino, as mentioned in Deep Space Nine's Blood Oath.
Yeah.
Oh, so almost an Easter egg in itself.
Yeah.
Maybe a tie-in. It could be completely out there. But yeah, we were, basically there's the albino who was an enemy of Core. In particular, they went. Him and Dax and Worf went on a mission to hunt him down, and there's got to be a tie-in, because of course Cole is. Sorry, Cole is from the House of Core, so
Yeah.
kind of a run-in sooner
Pieces
or
in
later.
place.
I have
Yeah,
a feeling
of
there
course,
are going to be no coincidences in Discovery.
No,
I reckon they planned it
Yeah.
meticulously to try and satisfy the hardcore fans.
Yeah.
exactly. And Core's a bit of an elitist, isn't he, as well? We know that. So, it's interesting. Anyway, that wasn't on our schedule to talk about that. Well done for bringing it up. So it's a good point. Superficial stuff. How right did they get hair in the first episode, in the pilot episode? First time for Trek.
I could not stop looking at Giorgio's hair. I just loved it the whole way through. I loved it.
And Burnham's hair. She got the Vulcan look right.
No Vulcan woman has ever got that look right. No Vulcan male either. Pulled it off. She pulled it off. Yeah, they all had excellent hair. On a superficial note. Okay.
We have to. Whilst we're talking about hair, we should also talk about boots, because
I love boots.
The uniform boots are so amazing.
She think we said boobs.
I bet she did.
That's so a Trekkie girl thing.
I was like, I think you should talk about boots.
Boots. I love the uniform.
Oh, yeah.
I want to cosplay that uniform. I love it.
They're so good, aren't they?
I want it in the bronze colour though. There's the gold and silver. I want the bronze.
Oh.
What do you want, Sarah?
Gold.
Yeah.
I want gold.
Okay, I'll have silver. It really should be me that has bronze, but if you want bronze, you can have it. I'll outrank you on this one. I'm assuming that's what that means. Gold, silver, and bronze.
No, I think it's division. The colour represents division. The rank is different, so you can be any rank.
Oh God, have I just volunteered to be a red shirt?
No, I volunteered to be a red shirt because I think one of the Easter eggs, and I'm not sure if this is true, but Connor was wearing the bronze colour, and he was the first to die. So red shirt died first.
Did I mention how sad I was about that?
Oh, I'm sorry, Sarah. I thought keep bringing it up.
Oh, darling.
I like Saru's little death sensors.
I thought that was an erection.
It might have been. Maybe that's how he senses death. I don't know. But he definitely had some little.
Oh.
Okay, I think it's time for another Easter egg. Okay.
Because we've covered boobs and erections already.
Okay, the number 47 appears 47 times in those episodes.
I'm going to say fake.
Have I got to say true, even though I think it's fake? I think it's fake too.
It's probably fake. I don't know. I made it up.
You don't know.
You did say it a lot, and I count a lot. I counted it twice.
Fair enough.
And I was looking for it. Yeah, but well done for putting it in there. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
What's the significance of 47?
It's like an important Star Trek number.
Oh.
Yeah.
Rookie mistake.
Did either of you watch After Trek?
I watched After Trek. So, I don't think it benefits from the format that I watched it in, because I watch it on Netflix, and there are lots of segues where they go to cut to commercials, and then they recap. So
I hate that.
And that bothered me a little bit. But there's a lot of energy on the show. Like, they clearly know their stuff. It's really had like loads of the cast on, so it was really nice to see them all interact. I think one of the big problems that it suffers from is that it's too early to talk about too much, because no one can give too much away. So
Yeah.
they ask questions that we've heard the answers to already, and you're just sat there going, "Give me some dirt."
So we're too geeky to.
But the best bits is when they do the behind the scene clips. That's really good.
I've not actually watched it yet. Which is, I'm surprised. I nearly watched it straight after.
I would have thought you would have watched it.
I know. I tend not to, if I know we're going to be doing one of these type things, I tend not to read other reviews and listen to podcasts and stuff, because I don't want it to
Filter
not
in.
bias my opinion, but I don't want to accidentally plagiarise anything.
Yes, I was gonna say.
I thought Armadillo would be alright.
Idea.
Yeah, like, I know my thoughts are my own original thoughts, and then I'll listen to them all afterwards. So that's generally how I roll. And I will admit, I'm sad for Scott Mance, because we all rooting for him, but we wish Matt every success, and I'm sure he's brilliant, and he clearly knows his stuff. So best of luck to you, Matt.
Break a leg.
Who?
Break a leg. In the showbiz terms.
Yes.
Okay. What about the? We've got so much to talk about. We could talk forever. One last thing. What about the strategy of Burnham's shoot? But what about the whole strategy, the theory of the Vulcan hello? How did you feel about firing first?
That shocked me a little bit. I didn't expect it.
No.
Is this new? That's not been spoken about before.
Well, in Enterprise, the Vulcans did come across quite aggressive towards other races, like particularly the Andorians. So yeah, it's not. I wasn't 100% surprised by it. I was surprised by it when I heard how the Vulcans behaved in Enterprise era, but then it kind of made sense with the going through the Sarek, the Surek, what's his name? The person the Vulcans all idolize. Teachings of Surek. You know what I mean?
I don't need that. Yeah.
Surek. Is it? I keep trying to say Sarek.
Yeah, I was a bit shocked by it, just because I was like, I thought the Vulcans were a peaceful race, but they're also highly intelligent, and
they would learn
that the only way to get through to the Klingons was to fight fire with fire, I would think. So it made sense when I thought about it logically.
Look what you did there. Like what you did
Logically. No pun intended. But
I wasn't completely out there, but I
just found it a bit. The whole thing where she did the Vulcan pinch and she went to take over the bridge, and then Georgiou was like up and with a phaser, and I was like, that whole scene. I need to watch it again. I have only seen it once, so this is all like very, very new. But I don't know. I was like, are they going to fire first? Are they not going to fire first? Like, how are they going to do this? And I got a little bit.
I'm not sure.
Confused.
Whatever they did, it would have changed the outcome.
I think you're right.
if they had fired first, the other ships would have arrived and seen the destroyed Klingon ship, and it would have had the same reaction. They would have fired on the Federation ships.
I thought it was weird that Sarek told her. It seems quite an un-Vulcan thing to do, knowing that she was human. She probably told that information, and I don't know. I
don't think he necessarily told her to do that. My impression
he just told her what had happened.
He kind of warned her, this is how we do it.
What would happen?
Messy.
Yeah.
And he said it doesn't really, it applies to Vulcans, but not necessarily to humans. So, I think he.
Which is what you're saying. It probably wouldn't work the same.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I just, if she'd come and mind mad with me, I would have been like, all right, love, here's what you need to do. Get some tribbles. Get some tribbles. Beam them onto the ship. Just tie them up for a week, that would get out of it.
I love it. Tribbles would be the solution to everything.
Yeah. Michael Berman, your mind to my mind.
Did the Borg assimilate a tribble? Has that ever happened? What happens when the Borg meet the tribbles?
I saw it at a convention once.
I was going to say.
That would be interesting to see.
Who would win?
Okay, our last Easter egg.
Yeah.
Okay, is this fake or it's real? Remember that leaked photo from that extra who played the Klingon? He leaked the pictures of Klingons very early on.
Mm-hmm.
He was also the Klingon who had a torpedo beamed to his belly at the end of the battle on the Binary Star. True or false?
I'd like to say true.
Yeah, I want to say true. I want to say true.
It sounds like a Star Trek writer kind of revenge.
Yeah.
Like, okay, mate. Torpedo up your bum.
Let's just say it's him, shall we?
Yeah.
We like it. Make it real.
Yeah.
Let's start a rumour.
We heard it here first. Trekkie Girls made a rumour.
Trekkie Girl exclusive.
Beamed that guy into space and torpedoed him.
I'm taking it's fake then.
Nobody knows.
Cool. Well, is there anything else you want to add or talk about?
I don't think so.
We haven't really spoken about the Klingons that much.
I think we could probably have a whole separate episode where we talk about the Klingons.
We should definitely have a whole session for the Klingons.
On the whole, yay.
Yeah, we love it.
Or nay.
Oh
no, I meant the Klingons.
Oh, the Klingons.
Klingons,
what?
yay or nay?
Oh, Klingons. Me. Oh, yay.
Yay. Yay.
Yay.
I'm not sold yet. But Discovery itself.
Yay. Great. Well, thank you for bearing with us. We could have talked so much more. But that's probably all we've got time for today. And we'll be definitely chatting about it much more in the future. Yeah. So let us know if you've got any questions or anything you want us to cover. I want to speak to you soon.
Bye.
Vulcan, hello.
Get some Vulcan.